So today we're going to be looking at the omni-channel marketing of the NBA, and our focus, instead of looking at what they need to improve because of how modern they are with their channels of marketing, we're going to look at just how they handle their marketing through different channels. So first, these are the channels of marketing. They use social media, fan events, and individual players as their main marketing strategies to reach more out to more different groups. So first off, let's go over social media. What do they use? They use Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, and TikTok as their main ways of using social media. And they're doing this to reach out to 13 to 35-year-olds, as that's the main audience on social media. And that's also the main audience that they're trying to grow, because that will keep the fan base alive for years to come. So, how do they use social media to reach them? They post highlights, clips, and just other entertaining facts about the NBA and about players and what they're doing. And they do this through their own accounts. There are accounts like Overtime, Bleacher Report, and ESPN that also post clips. And then there's also teams like the Atlanta Hawks or the Golden State Warriors or the Boston Celtics who have accounts on these platforms that post certain things about their teams, so fans of that team can get more content, or people in that city can learn more about their team. All right, next let's look at fan events. What fan events do they hold? They have camps for kids for them to learn more about basketball, cheaper, like more affordable games for people that might not be able to afford a regular game to go to. They have themed games to reach different communities, like how the Warriors have Asian Heritage Night and things like that. They also have things like championship parades, which, as we live in the Bay, has been a big thing, as the most recent one in San Francisco had a giant turnout and filled the streets for blocks and blocks. So why do they do this? They want to give new fans an opportunity to get closer to basketball, as they are the main league for basketball. If you get people into basketball, you're going to be getting them into the NBA. It's just things that go together. And they do this by getting kids more involved with basketball, getting them to play and enjoy the sport, and also getting adults that might not be that interested. Maybe they've seen a couple things about basketball. They're going to show up to that championship parade in their city, be like, why not go? And they're going to be like, oh, maybe I should watch some more games. Or they're going to go to an event about their community because they're like, oh, I'm part of that community. And they're going to show up and they're going to realize that they love watching basketball. And that'll draw them in for longer. And who are they trying to reach? Well, their main goal is with different events to try to reach different groups. So they have many different events to try to reach out to different age groups, ethnicities, genders, all different things like that. Now let's look at player marketing. So the NBA uses players to reach audiences by making them seem like individual people, like they are, that share interests with other people. So let's look at Ja Morant. As in 2021, 2022, he was being spread all over social media for his viral dance that then spread to everywhere else. And while he wasn't the creator, he made it super popular doing it as a celebration. While it started in the NFL, he continued it into the NBA, spreading it across the NBA to NBA fans. And this made people really enjoy watching Ja Morant. They found out more people found out who he was, and that's just one player that they spread like that. If you look at Steph Curry, he's changed the like fan base of basketball just because of how interesting he is to watch, because they've marketed him as this individual player. They've done the same with people like LeBron, Jason Tatum, different things like that, where you learn more about this player and you want to support them and watch them more, because instead of just a player on the court, it's someone that you can recognize. So it really gives people something to cheer for. Now, let's look at our last thing, what age groups are they trying to reach? Because this is a really big thing that companies can struggle to reach different age groups. So first, let's look at 13 to 17-year-olds. Teens is 12% of their audience, and they're mainly reached through social media clips, things like that, and also through NBA 2K, where they are a large player base. And a lot of people might be playing video games and say, let me check out this game. They get into basketball through that, and now they're NBA fans. Now moving into the 18 to 24-year-olds, which is 14% of their fan base. Those are more just reached through social media, where they find out about players or games and they're like, hey, let me go check this out. And they find it entertaining, but they're also a big player base of NBA 2K, which can again draw people into loving the sport. And now let's look at the 22%, which is 25 to 34-year-olds, which this is the main audience that they reach through every single different thing they use, whether it's social medias, NBA games, articles that they send out about things that the players are doing on and off the court, whether it's a charity event or some stats that they've broken. They are just reached through every different facet of media that the NBA uses. And this is really the last point where they're really drawing in new fans and creating a love for the game. Now, their biggest group is 35 to 44-year-olds at 27%, just over 1/4. And this group and every group after is mainly already existing fans that just love watching basketball. And the NBA's goal is to make it more enjoyable or make them spend more money on the games, as they need to make money to run. So they do this by putting out games, putting out information about players, and just trying to reach them through medias that they use the most. And everything past that is about the same, with 45 and up just being reached through games, articles online, as they don't use social media as much.